Rodney back again. Hey, today I'm going to do a quick review on the TSP Power Kit. And the company's called Two Stroke Performance. They build power kits for KTM, Gas, Husqvarna. I know that they have kind of gone off into some other brands as well, but that's kind of what they specialize in. So I'm going to flip the camera around here so you can see. So this is my 2022 KTM 250 XC TPI. I've currently got 2.3 hours on the bike. So I've ridden it one time before. And one of the things that I noticed right away is that it is very, very clean all the way through the rev range. I had a 2019 250 XC before, and it had a lot of power. I did end up putting in a JD jetting kit, trying to get the jetting a little better on the bottom end, and it definitely helped out a little bit. But you know, I always had a lot of spooge, and so on the low RPMs, one of the things that you notice about the carbureted bikes is that they just never seem to run quite right. And then once you hit the higher RPMs, then it seemed like the thing just wanted to scream. And so really enjoyed the bike, but I always thought it could be a little bit better. I sold that bike, got a KTM 350 XCF, rode that for a year, and then just got this one. The one thing that I did note when I first got the bike, excuse me, is that it was definitely lacking on the bottom end. They say that it actually will lug a little bit better. I haven't had a really chance to check it out, which I will today for sure. But it just didn't have as much bottom end, so I was constantly having to clutch it coming out of the corners and whatnot, where the 2019 that I had that was carbureted just seemed to kind of roll on and hit that power band pretty quick. So I started doing some searching. What I was thinking about doing was going to like a Vortex ECU, and I realized that that was only going to take care of part of the problem. So a couple of things that people have mentioned is that they're always a concern with these TPI bikes that they run too lean and they don't have enough oil. So I wanted to kind of address that as well. So this company, TSP, Two Stroke Performance, as I mentioned, makes a power kit for them. So what you get is you get a choice, either low, medium, or high compression head. This one happens to be high compression, and I'll explain why in just a moment. They also reflash your ECU, and then they kind of tell you where to set the power valve to get the kind of the best performance out of it. It does have 44% more oil, and it also changes kind of the characteristic of the ECU to kind of make the power band that kind of suits the bike the best with these mods that we have. So I'm going to go out and ride it. I haven't ridden it yet. Actually, I rode it around the block, but you can't tell that way. But I'm going to go out and ride it today. I've got a bunch of different types of terrain to check it out on. There's hills, there's rocks, there's some wide open, so we can kind of open it up and see how it does. But I'm going to kind of put it through the paces and kind of give you guys my honest opinion, what I think about it. Like I said, the areas that I wanted improvement on is it didn't have enough low end. The other thing too is that I noticed that the power is very linear on the TPIs, but there's no excitement to it. You know, with the 2019 carbureted version I had, you could hit the power band and the thing would just scream. The TPI version, when it comes from the factory, seems like it's choked off. And I know some of it is a power valve. The other part too is just that because it's linear and it's softer on the bottom, it just doesn't give you any excitement anywhere. So we're going to really see how this does. And hopefully if anybody's thinking about doing it, the kit itself costs $600. I think by the time I figured out shipping and everything, it was $643. The company that does it is South Bay Performance down in California, and that's the U.S. market, or distributor I should say. But you send your ECU to them. I sent it out, I think on a Monday. They received it on a Wednesday. I had it back by Friday. And so it's quick turnaround. The other thing too is when I was thinking about doing it, I was just trying to ask a few questions. I've watched reviews, but I wanted to ask a few more questions. I sent an email on a Sunday, and Steve down there, I couldn't believe it. Within about 15 minutes on a Sunday evening, I got a response back, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing customer service. But anyway, he got right back to me, kind of told me, things that I would see as far as improvement, and things that, he asked questions to find out what type of riding, where I was riding at, to try to pick out the right type of head for me. I think the reflash, I think it's pretty much all the same regardless of which head that you get, and I could be wrong on that. Maybe if somebody already knows the answer, maybe they can go in and put a comment in there. But I'm definitely excited to check it out. So thanks for watching the video, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, just initial impression, it definitely has a lot more power. It has definitely woken the bike up. You know, as they say, with the high compression head, you'll probably be able to pull a lot of things to gear higher than what you normally would. And I just remember in my 2019 bike coming up that hill, I kind of have to clutch it a little bit just to kind of get it up in the RPMs. This has a lot more roll on as far as, you know, getting into the higher RPMs and rev range real quick. Man, it's definitely an improvement. So we're going to keep testing it out, and we're going to test out some other areas and hopefully put a good video together for you to give you guys an actual real world experience of what I think. Just finished up riding. I put 1.6 hours on the bike today, so I think I've got some number one, got some good footage for you, but I think I can kind of give you an honest review in all the different areas that I rode. So I'm going to try to put some pieces of the clips or clips in from different areas and create a video that hopefully give you guys a pretty good idea. So I'm going to flip the camera around here again. So in closing thoughts, first off, it gives you a lot more bottom end, and I'm going to go back and explain for a moment again. As I mentioned, TSP Power Kit, high compression head, which you can't really see it on this side. High compression head. They did a reflash on the ECU, and like I said, turnaround time was less than a week. Now I live in Eugene, Oregon. I had to mail it down to California, so it took 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back, but they did the work the same day and just had to wait till the next day to ship it out. So amazing service down there at South Bay Performance. I want to thank Steve for all of he did there. Like I said, total cost, including shipping, was $643, but the price was $600. You ship your ECU down there, they do a reflash on it. Obviously it changes the torque curve and adjusts the timing, but more importantly, it gives you the additional oil needed in those certain areas. They say 44%. I don't know if that's 44% across the board, or just 44% in certain areas. I do have more oil, obviously, than what I had when I rode it last time. And I know that the dirt is covering up because I could see some down here as well. But yes, definitely more oil, so it's going to give you more protection from seizures. Man, I can't say enough about it. Like I said, a lot more bottom end, a lot more mid. It still runs clean all the way through. The TPI bikes, when they're brand new, often on decel, you get that pipe bang. And so this has cleared up almost all of that. Now, at the higher RPMs, I would say that you probably get a little more vibration in the head itself. And then, sorry, I thought I busted off a bolt, but it's just a pin. You get a little more vibration on the very top. It's like, if I could explain, when you're high on the RPMs, just before it hits the power valve opens up and you let off, you're going to get a little bit of vibration there, but as soon as you give it gas, obviously it goes away. The pipe bang is almost gone, so huge improvement with that as well. But like I said, more performance on the bottom end, a lot more on mid. You get just as much over rev as what you had before, and the bike just pulls stronger in every area possible. It is more linear. That's another thing I noticed too. It seemed like before, when the power valve opened up, it would hit hard, but the funny thing is that even though it sounded like it was hitting hard, it seemed like it did more noise than performance, where now you can definitely tell when it opens up and goes forward. But like I said, it's very linear. So all in all, I would give this 2 thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a comment. Let me know how I can help. But once again, this is a 2022 KTM 250 XC TPI with the TSP Power Kit. Thanks for watching.